Okay, moving on to today's main idea, alright? Everyone should remember last lesson I asked you to bring along today your favourite YouTube series, video game, TV show. Hands up who has done that. Good, fantastic. Only 2 of you haven't, that's fine guys. It's your favourite media text, so you should be able to think of it. Make sure you have it ready to go in the next few minutes, okay? Just make sure you have it for today's lesson, because we're doing an extended response based on our persuasive writing. Remember, our whole summative assessment task, this whole unit is based on our persuasive writing, so we need to practice it as much as we can, and today we're going to be doing that based on this prompt. Could my media text be adapted into an entertaining and appropriate young adult novel? I'll read it one more time. Could my media text be adapted into an entertaining and appropriate young adult novel? Have a little think about it now. Don't question, no questions just yet, guys. I've got a few prompts on here, so you may not even have to ask them. I could answer it for you. Alright, so first things first. What is the genre, and can it be adapted into a young adult theme? Can it be adapted to suit those young adult themes? What are some of those young adult themes? We've spent a whole term on it. We should know by now. Yeah? Yeah, quite often there's a love story of some kind involved. Yeah, good. Yeah, anything else? Sarah? Yeah, fantastic. Yeah. So coming of age, a lot of new experiences such as puberty, alcohol for the first time, first kisses, first romantic experiences, girlfriends, boyfriends, all of that kind of stuff. All right. It's a lot of that coming of age, new experiences. That's really, really good. Well said. All right. So you need to consider media text that you've chosen. Can that be adapted to suit those kind of themes? Think about that. All right. Second thing, does my media text have a storyline? Okay, so if you've chosen a video game, a lot of those have storylines. Some of them don't. All right. Think about FIFA. It's just a soccer game, okay? You're just playing games of soccer. Does that really have a storyline? No, not really, okay? But could soccer be included into a young adult novel? For sure, yeah, that could definitely be an element. Right. Some of the characters in there, or players in the game, could they be adapted to become characters in a young adult novel? Perhaps. It might be a stretch, but I'm sure you could do it if you fought hard enough for it, okay? So think about that. Lastly, do the characters have traits and personalities that could be adapted to suit a young adult novel? Alright, so your characters, let's say it's in a TV show with a lot of violence, adults are in the TV show, okay? Alright, are you going to take those characteristics and traits and implement them into a young adult novel? No, I highly doubt it. It's not really going to be suiting, okay? But you could take some of their other characteristics, okay? Maybe one of the guys who causes a lot of violence is very insecure. Maybe there is a love story entailed, and that's where the violence stems from. I don't know. I'm just spitballing here, but some of those things are really, really important to consider, okay? Now, the last thing I'm going to point out before we move on is I'm going to read out our prompt one more time. Could my media text be adapted into an entertaining and appropriate young adult novel? It's a question, isn't it? What kind of question? Come on, guys. What kind of question? It's a yes or no kind of question, which means there's 2 different answers. Yes, it can be adapted into an entertaining and appropriate young adult novel. Or no, my media text probably wouldn't suit the young adult genre. Alright, so there's 2 sides of it. Now, just before you think, if you're thinking, oh no, mine probably couldn't, alright, sweet, that's me done for today. No. Still going to be using this extended response format. It's just going to change based on what your point of view is. Okay? And now, before you get too upset and too stressed out, it's not an essay, it's an extended response. Alright? So here's how I want you to lay it out. Introduction, 1 sentence max. That's it. Shouldn't need any more than that. You need to be short, sweet, to the point. Getting across introducing your topic, your chosen media source, and your point of view. That's it. You should be easily able to fit those 3 things into 1 sentence. Alright, after that, point 1 and point 2. You need 2 separate points supporting why you think it can be adapted into a young adult novel or why you think it can't be adapted into a young adult novel. Okay, 2 separate points. Make sure they are clear and actually relevant. All right. Joseph, can you please read out a structure for those point 1 and point 2? Yeah, I picked you out because you weren't listening. Could you please read out a structure for point 1 and point 2? Good. Good. 3 to 4 sentences, and then point, evidence, explain, link, which is our what? Appeal. Good. Appeal structure, okay? That's going to be for your second and third paragraph where you actually make your argument. Lastly, a conclusion. Guys, so many of us just leave the conclusion, think, oh no, it's not important, I said everything I need to say. No, a conclusion is important. Please make sure you do it. Again, 1 sentence, that's it. You're synthesizing your body paragraphs to explain your point of view. Simple as, guys. Alright, synthesize in this context just pretty much just means sum up. Sum up the 2 key points that you made regarding what your point of view is on the prompt. Write that down into 1 sentence, okay? Very simple. A format for that could be based on my evidence of blah 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 and da 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 da. My chosen media text, probably wouldn't make a successful young adult novel. Simple. There it is. I've just given you a basic format for how to write your concluding sentence. Okay? Any questions? No, we're feeling on top of it? Give me a thumbs up if we're feeling on top. Wonderful. That's good news. Okay. Guys, how the rest of today's lesson is going to work is I'll give you about 10-15 minutes here. Go away, do some individual research. I'll say it one more time. Individual research, okay, on your chosen media text. Alright, you've chosen it, nobody else, so you need to actually research it. You can't rely on anybody else to do it, you've got to do it. Okay, individualized, task. Excuse me. From then, after that 10-15 minutes, I'm going to throw a short video up on the board, give you a little bit of a brain break. Alright, it's going to be on helping us with our persuasive writing. Alright, remember that's the whole point of this exercise, of our summative assessment task, persuasive writing. We really need to get good at that, as your drafts are due next week. Don't forget that either. Alright, and then after that, I'm going to give you about 15 to 20 minutes. You should have plenty of time, about 15 to 20 minutes, and you're going to write your actual extended response. Okay? Any questions, guys? Yes, Julia. Yes, okay, yeah, no, good question, alright. Julia just asked, what if she pretty much knows her point of view and a couple of points that she's going to make? Can she get straight into writing your extended response? I'm happy with that. If you are comfortable enough with your media text that you know exactly what you're going to be talking about and you can make a good argument, please feel free to rip straight in, alright? And that way you can spend a little bit more time making sure your writing is persuasive, well written, grammar is correct, all those kind of 1%ers that are going to help you with your summative assessment task. Alright? Are we all good? Alrighty, let's get stuck in. And I'll leave this up on the board as well, so that way you can refer back to it as you are writing your extended response.